For most people, becoming a billionaire is unimaginable and often unobtainable for most individuals. Studying the history of these super-rich, it appears that the world's first billionaire is widely considered to be John D. Rockefeller, an American businessman who made his fortune in the oil industry. According to Forbes, Rockefeller became a billionaire in 1916, at the age of 56. At the time of his death in 1937, his net worth was estimated to be around $1.4 billion, which would be equivalent to over $26 billion in today's dollars. However, it's worth noting that the concept of a billionaire didn't really exist until the early 20th century, as the global economy was much smaller and less complex than it is today. According to the Forbes Billionaires list 2022, there are currently 2,755 billionaires in the world, with a combined net worth of over $13 trillion. The United States has the most billionaires with 724, followed by China with 698, and then India with 140 and followed by Germany with 136. The number of billionaires has been increasing in recent years, despite economic challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic, reflecting the ongoing growth of the global economy and the continued accumulation of wealth by the world's richest individuals. From various reports and studies, the majority of billionaires around the world are self-made, meaning that they built their own fortunes rather than inheriting them from their families. For example, according to Forbes, over two-thirds of the world's billionaires in 2021 were self-made. Many of the world's richest individuals have made their fortunes in the tech industry, through companies like Amazon, Facebook, and Google. Other billionaires have accumulated their wealth through investments, banking, and finance, such as Warren Buffett and George Soros. Some billionaires have made their money through real estate investments and development, such as Donald Trump and Sam Zell. Many billionaires have made their fortunes through the creation and distribution of consumer goods, such as the Walton family, who founded Walmart. Others have built their fortunes through the extraction and production of natural resources, such as oil and minerals. Most of these self-made billionaires come from seemingly normal, middle-class backgrounds. They appear to have been raised by parents who encouraged them to pursue their interests. Clearly, these self-made super-rich appear to be extremely determined. They possess the mental toughness to deal with rejections and setbacks, and hang in there. And they're very persistent in whatever they pursue, they don't easily give up. As a matter of fact, many of their activities during their youth showed how important to pursue their interest and passion, also making money had become part of the game plan naturally for them. Quite early in their life, many of these people would find ways to make some money independently, or they're very focused on their own strength and they tend to be people with big ideas and big picture thinking. Becoming a billionaire is a rare and difficult feat because it requires a unique combination of skills, resources, timing, and luck. It isn't easy to become a billionaire, especially if you haven't already made millions. You will need time, patience, investment savvy, and entrepreneurship to become a billionaire unless you are born into a family with billions that you stand to inherit. So the question now is, if you would like to become wealthy or work your way up to become as successful as those billionaires, what's I need to get there? Or, what is the most common traits among billionaires? Dr. Rainer Zitelmann tried to deal with this question in his study about the wealth elite. Dr. Rainer Zitelmann is a German historian, sociologist, journalist, businessman and investor. Throughout his career, Zitelmann has worked as a journalist, author, and consultant. He has written more than 20 books on various topics, including history, politics, and psychology. In recent years, he has focused on the psychology of the super-rich and success, and has conducted extensive research on the mindset and habits of high-net-worth individuals. He is considered one of Germany's leading experts on wealth psychology and success, and his insights are sought after by individuals, businesses, and organizations around the world. In the book, The Wealth Elite, a groundbreaking study of the psychology of the super-rich, written by Dr. Rainer Zitelmann, is a fascinating exploration of the psychology and motivations of the world's wealthiest people. Through a combination of interviews and surveys with millionaires and billionaires from around the world, Zitelmann identifies several key traits and behaviors that are common among the super-rich. Dr. Zitelmann had privileged access through contacts from his business career, enabling him to conduct interviews with 45 super-rich individuals. The conversations covered childhood, motivation for founding a business, sales skills, optimism, risk propensity, and the relationship of analytical and intuitive decisions. The results form the core of the study, and the book, The Wealth Elite. One of the most significant findings of the book is that the wealthy are not primarily motivated by greed or materialism, but instead are often driven by a desire to create value and make a positive impact on the world. Dr. Zitelmann notes that many of the wealthy individuals he interviewed were motivated by a sense of purpose and a desire to leave a lasting legacy, rather than simply accumulating wealth for its own sake. But apart from just interviewing these people, to give the study more depth, Zitelmann managed to have them go through a psychological exercise. He used the Big Five personality test as a way of figuring out whether specific personality traits played a key role in the successful pursuit of wealth. The Big Five personality theory is a widely accepted model of human personality that divides personality traits into 5 broad categories: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. We simply named this Big Five personality theory as Ocean. In this video, the richest billionaire on the earth now, Elon Musk, will use as illustration purpose, as he is best known for having several traits that have contributed to his success today. Here are some more insights into each of these traits. Openness to experience. This trait describes a person's level of openness to new ideas, experiences, and ways of thinking. People who score high in this trait tend to be creative, imaginative, and curious. They may be more likely to seek out new experiences, travel to new places, and try new things. In terms of openness to experience, Zitelmann found that the super-rich tend to score higher than the general population. Many of the billionaires studied were also highly open to experience, which means they were curious, creative, and willing to try new things. They were often early adopters of new technology and innovative business models, and were not afraid to take risks. This can contribute to their ability to identify new opportunities and make innovative business decisions. For example, Elon Musk is known for his innovative ideas and willingness to challenge conventional thinking, which could suggest a higher level of openness to experience. Musk is known for his ability to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions to complex problems. For example, he has developed new rocket technologies at SpaceX and pioneered the development of electric cars at Tesla. However, he also appears to be very detail-oriented and focused on the practical aspects of making his ideas a reality, which could suggest a lower level of openness to experience. Conscientiousness. This trait describes a person's level of self-discipline, organization, and responsibility. People who score high in this trait tend to be dependable, hardworking, and goal-oriented. They may be more likely to plan ahead, meet deadlines, and follow through on their commitments. Tesla founder Elon Musk is known for his intense work ethic and willingness to put in long hours to achieve his goals, which could suggest a higher level of conscientiousness. He is known for having an ambitious and long-term vision for his companies. Elon Musk has demonstrated a willingness to work hard and put in long hours to achieve his goals. He has been known to work 80 to 100-hour weeks and has said that nobody ever changed the world on 40 hours a week. He has set goals such as making humanity a multiplanetary species through SpaceX and transitioning the world to sustainable energy with Tesla. The majority of the billionaires studied were highly conscientious. Dr. Zitelmann found that the super-rich tend to score higher on the conscientiousness dimension of the Big Five, which encompasses traits such as self-discipline, organization, and reliability, which means they were organized, disciplined, and reliable. They had clear goals and worked hard to achieve them, often putting in long hours and making sacrifices to get ahead. This suggests that the wealthy are more likely to be diligent, focused, and goal-oriented, which are all traits that can contribute to financial success. Extraversion. This trait describes a person's level of sociability, assertiveness, and emotional expressiveness. People who score high in this trait tend to be outgoing, confident, and comfortable in social situations. They may be more likely to enjoy parties, make new friends, and seek out excitement. In terms of extraversion, Zitelmann found that the super-rich tend to be more introverted than the general population. This may be because introverted individuals are more likely to be comfortable working alone or taking calculated risks without the need for external validation or approval. None than others, billionaire Elon Musk has demonstrated a willingness to take risks and put himself in the spotlight, which could suggest a higher level of extraversion. Musk has built successful companies and is known for being a strong and inspiring leader. He has been described as a visionary CEO, and is known for setting high expectations for himself and his team. However, he also appears to be somewhat introverted and has been known to struggle with public speaking and social interactions. Agreeableness. This trait describes a person's level of empathy, cooperativeness, and compassion. People who score high in this trait tend to be kind, nurturing, and considerate of others. They may be more likely to help others, volunteer their time, and avoid conflict. How these traits are applicable to daily life depends on the individual and their goals. For example, someone who wants to become more successful in their career may focus on developing traits like conscientiousness, while someone who wants to build stronger relationships may focus on traits like agreeableness. As in terms of agreeableness, Zitelmann found that the super-rich tend to score lower than the general population. Interestingly, some of the billionaires studied were also high in disagreeableness, which means they were less concerned with pleasing others and more focused on achieving their own goals. This suggests that the wealthy are less conforming to social norms, and are more willing to take risks and make decisions that may be unpopular. They were not afraid to challenge the status quo or take controversial positions, and were often willing to go against the grain in pursuit of their vision. One of the best examples is Elon Musk. He is known for being very direct and sometimes confrontational in his interactions with others, which could suggest a lower level of agreeableness. However, he also appears to be very passionate about making the world a better place and helping humanity, which could suggest a higher level of agreeableness. It is difficult to say for certain what Elon Musk's personality traits are, as personality is complex and multidimensional. However, based on his public statements and behavior, it is possible to make some educated guesses about his personality traits and how they might align with the Big 5 personality traits identified in Rainer Zitelmann's book. Neuroticism. This trait describes a person's level of emotional instability, anxiety, and sensitivity. People who score high in this trait tend to be more prone to worry, stress, and negative emotions. They may be more likely to experience mood swings, anxiety disorders, or depression. Finally, the author also found that the super-rich score lower on neuroticism, which encompasses traits such as anxiety, insecurity, and emotional volatility. The billionaires studied tended to be emotionally stable, which means they were able to handle stress and adversity without becoming overwhelmed or anxious. This suggests that the wealthy are more likely to be emotionally stable and able to handle stress and setbacks. They were resilient in the face of challenges and setbacks, and were able to maintain a positive outlook even during difficult times. Having said that, Elon Musk has been known to be very intense and passionate about his work, which could suggest a higher level of emotional reactivity or sensitivity. Musk has faced many challenges and setbacks throughout his career, including multiple failed rocket launches and production challenges at Tesla. However, he has remained committed to his goals and has continued to push forward even in the face of adversity. He also appears to be very resilient and able to bounce back from setbacks, which could suggest a lower level of neuroticism. It is important to note that these traits are not a guaranteed path to becoming a billionaire, and there are many other factors that contribute to financial success. However, the study does provide some insights into the personality traits and behaviors that may be associated with extreme wealth. Understanding one's own personality traits and how they impact behavior can also be useful for personal growth and development. It can help individuals identify areas for improvement, such as managing stress and anxiety, improving communication skills, or becoming more open to new experiences. Zitelmann also challenges the commonly held assumption that the wealthy are primarily born into their wealth. While inheritance does play a role for some wealthy individuals, the author's research shows that the majority of millionaires and billionaires are self-made. Zitelmann identifies traits such as a strong work ethic, a willingness to take calculated risks, and a focus on self-improvement and education as key factors that contribute to their success. Some of the patterns that differentiate these people from others are listed, such as having a magnificent obsession, being persistent, possessing people skills, being nonconformists, self-efficacy, achievement orientation, intuition, a desire to win, calculated risk-taking, and their perception of money, symbolically. Another key theme of the book is the importance of luck and timing in achieving wealth. While hard work and talent are certainly important, Zitelmann notes that luck and being in the right place at the right time often play a significant role in determining one's level of financial success. The author also explores the ways in which the super-rich give back to society through philanthropy and other forms of charitable giving. Becoming a billionaire is rare and odds of becoming one roughly 1 in 578,508. However, there are still ways that people from all backgrounds can work towards achieving financial success and building wealth. Here are some other general tips that can help. Communication and sales skills are essential to becoming a billionaire for several reasons. Firstly, in order to build a successful business, it is important to be able to communicate effectively with customers, clients, investors, and other stakeholders. This requires not only the ability to articulate ideas clearly, but also to listen and respond to feedback and concerns. In addition, sales skills are important for entrepreneurs and business leaders because they enable them to sell their products or services effectively. Even the most innovative or high-quality products will not succeed unless they are effectively marketed and sold to customers. Sales skills also help individuals to negotiate deals, close contracts, and build strong relationships with partners and suppliers. Furthermore, communication and sales skills are important for building a personal brand and reputation, which is crucial for success in many industries. Billionaires like Richard Branson and Oprah Winfrey, for example, are known for their charismatic and persuasive communication styles, which have helped them to build powerful personal brands and establish themselves as industry leader. Always invest in yourself. Continuously educate yourself, develop new skills, and stay up to date with industry trends. Building a strong foundation of knowledge and expertise can give you an advantage in the job market and increase your earning potential. You have to be entrepreneurial. Starting a business or investing in stocks and other assets can be a good way to build wealth over time. This approach requires risk-taking, hard work, and a willingness to learn from mistakes and failures. Living within your means is crucial because building wealth requires discipline and sacrifice. Living within your means, you can also develop a mindset of long-term planning and goal setting. It is important to be able to manage money wisely and avoid taking unnecessary financial risks. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This saying emphasizes the importance of collaboration and teamwork in achieving long-term success. Building a strong network of contacts and relationships can provide opportunities for career advancement and open doors to more new opportunities. Collaborating effectively requires good communication skills, the ability to listen and take feedback, and a willingness to compromise and work towards a common goal. Be patient and persistent. Building wealth often requires years of hard work and persistence, takes time and perseverance. It is important to stay committed to your goals when faced with setbacks, obstacles, and failures. Maintain a positive attitude, and be willing to adapt to changing circumstances. Creativity. Many billionaires have succeeded by coming up with innovative ideas, products, or services that disrupt existing markets or solve problems in new ways. Developing your creativity can help you identify new opportunities and approaches that others may not have considered. Vision. A vision is a clear, compelling, and inspiring picture of what someone wants to achieve or create, and it provides direction and focus for one's actions and decisions. Billionaires often have a clear and ambitious vision for their business or career. Having a vision can also help to drive innovation and creativity. By focusing on a long-term goal, billionaires can be more open to new ideas and approaches that can help them to achieve their vision. They are able to think big and set long-term goals that inspire and motivate them to succeed. Resilience. The path to becoming a billionaire is rarely smooth or easy. It is important to be able to bounce back from failures, learn from mistakes, and maintain a positive attitude in the face of challenges. Adaptability. Successful billionaires are often able to adapt to changing circumstances, markets, and technologies. They are able to pivot their businesses or career paths in response to new challenges or opportunities. Leadership. Many billionaires have built large organizations or teams and are skilled at leading and motivating others. Developing your leadership skills can help you build a strong and effective team that can help you achieve your goals. Financial acumen. Becoming a billionaire requires a deep understanding of finance, investment, and risk management. It is important to develop a strong foundation in these areas, as well as to continually seek out new knowledge and insights. There are many well-known billionaires who may exhibit traits that align with the Big Five personality traits. Here are a few examples. Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, is known for his high level of conscientiousness, focus, and work ethic. He is also known for his openness to experience and his willingness to take risks and explore new ideas. Warren Buffett, the legendary investor and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, is known for his calm and steady demeanor, which could suggest a lower level of neuroticism. He is also known for his high level of conscientiousness and attention to detail. Oprah Winfrey, the media mogul and philanthropist, is known for her high level of extraversion and her ability to connect with people. She is also known for her openness to experience and her willingness to take risks. Mark Zuckerberg, the co-founder and CEO of Facebook, is known for his high level of openness to experience and his willingness to challenge conventional thinking. He is also known for his high level of conscientiousness and his focus on achieving his goals. Jeff Bezos, the founder and former CEO of Amazon, is known for his intense work ethic and his high level of conscientiousness. He is also known for his willingness to take risks and his focus on innovation and long-term vision. It's worth noting that these are just a few examples, and that personality is complex and multidimensional. It's also important to keep in mind that becoming a billionaire is a complex and multifaceted process, and that there is no one-size-fits-all formula for achieving extreme wealth. In general, Zitelmann's analysis of the Big Five personality traits provides a useful framework for understanding the mindset and motivations of the super-rich. While possessing traits associated with the Big Five personality theory can be advantageous for achieving financial success, there is no guarantee that anyone who possesses these traits will become a billionaire or even wealthy. The truth is that there are many factors that contribute to financial success, including hard work, intelligence, timing, luck, and other external factors beyond one's control. For most billionaires, wealth acquisition doesn't seem to be their primary motive. Very few of them work entirely or even mainly for the money. In fact, money is more of a byproduct of their way pursuing betterment of their life. Money is simply viewed as a tool that provides them with more options and opportunities. In other words, to these people having more money means having more choice and control over their lives. Furthermore, it is important to note that the super-rich are a small minority of the population, and there are many factors beyond personality traits that can contribute to their success. For example, the super-rich often have access to resources and opportunities that may not be available to everyone, such as high-quality education, social networks, and capital. While the Big Five traits may be helpful for some individuals in achieving financial success, they are not the only factors that contribute to wealth creation. It is also important to consider other factors such as individual circumstances, opportunities, and resources, as well as economic and social structures that can impact one's ability to achieve financial success. There are no guarantees in life because success depends on a complex and ever-changing set of factors, many of which are outside of our control. For example, changes in the economy, technological innovations, and market disruptions can have a significant impact on an individual's financial success. Ultimately, there are no guarantees in life, and success is never guaranteed. However, by focusing on personal development, taking calculated risks, and being disciplined and persistent, it is possible to build wealth and achieve financial security over time. It is important to note that becoming wealthy is not the only or even the most important measure of success. Personal fulfillment, strong relationships, and good health are also essential components of a fulfilling life.